Hey, it's Lacey, and today I want to talk to you about my tips for meal planning. These are my tips for meal planning and having a meal strategy for the week. These are the same things I do every week that help my family eat better, save money, save time, and reduce waste. So I hope they can help you too. I really like to keep it simple when I'm planning my weekly dinners. I'm not trying to do anything over the top and make some gourmet meals. I'm really just trying to put food on the table for my family. And that means eating healthy and having meals that don't take too long to make. So I don't want to be spending, an hour and a half in the kitchen because it's getting to be summertime and we like to, maybe go to the park in the afternoon or take my son swimming or do whatever. So you really want to just have something that can come together quickly, and that means keeping it simple. One of the easiest things I can suggest for when you're starting meal planning is to plan on the same meals every week until you start getting in a routine. So every week you're just like, okay, Monday's this, Tuesday's that, Wednesday's this. If you start doing that, it makes it really easy and it takes a lot of the creativity or inspiration in finding meals. We gotta try something new out of the equation and really just get straight to the point of saving money and getting food on the table and reducing your waste. So if you need to do that, I'd say start there. That's a good start. And then when you're feeling a little more comfortable in your meal planning strategies, I'd say then start thinking, okay, maybe I'll add one meal a week that's something new, or I'll try a new dish. That way you're not taking on a lot that week. It's just maybe one night of a little extra cooking. So maybe you're gonna try that new vegan dish you really wanted to make, or that keto meal, or whatever it is. And it'll feel less daunting. I like to plan on meals that make 2 nights. This is key for me in meal planning because I don't want to be cooking every single night. So the second night's always nice because I have more time in that afternoon window after my son's nap where we can go do something fun. And when it comes time to cooking, you just pop something in the oven and then maybe chop up some stuff for a salad or prepare some fruit and you're good to go. So I really like to plan for things that have 2 nights. So that might be things like spaghetti, where the first night you have spaghetti and the second night you have leftovers. And to plan for 2 nights, I usually like to, right after I've cooked the meal, divide it into the containers it's going to go into immediately. So that might be tomorrow night's dinner. That might also be some lunches for the week. So having meal prep containers is good for this. I have just glass ones that I got on Amazon with lids, and it makes this go by way quicker by just tossing everything from dinner straight into its container, and then I put what's for tonight's dinner on the table. It's really useful if you think ahead when meal planning. So say you're having, stir fry on one night. Well, if you make a big batch of rice rather than just the rice that you need for the stir fry, then you could maybe in 3 days, so you have maybe stir fry 2 nights, maybe the third or the fourth day even, you have all this extra rice, you could make something like sushi, or you could make fried rice, or you could make burritos. So planning ahead with the meal prepping is very important and can save you a lot of time too. So if you start thinking about things you can make in big batches that will last through the week, you can use those for lunch, or you can put those into another meal that's completely different. So you really want to think ahead and decide what can I use that's on multiple nights but not making the same meal, every night. This helps also save money and reduces your waste. So with my meal planning strategy, the biggest key is writing everything down. I have a big chalkboard that I use, and I have a quick overview calendar on the top half, and then I have my dinners for the week on the bottom half. So, no one's ever asking, what's for dinner? Instead, it's right on the board, and you can just take a look and see that's what we're having. And it's useful for me too, because I know that one of the hardest things when cooking dinners is, what are we gonna make tonight? That question, what can I make tonight? That's a lot of mind work and thought involved, and then you're like, oh, do I have everything for that? And that takes some time. And if you cut that out, you save so much time every day. It's really ridiculous. I never thought how useful it would be, but by having it up on a board that you can see, oh, that's what's for dinner, it saves you a ton of time. And it also helps plan lunches too, because you're not going to be, oh, I'll have tacos for lunch. Oh, shoot, we're having tacos for dinner. So you're eating tacos twice in a day. Um, and it's also useful for planning my son's meals because I know what he's going to be having for dinner. So I can think, okay, well, what's he going to have today? Because we don't always eat the same thing for lunch. I eat a lot of salads and he doesn't eat salad yet. So lunchtimes I kind of usually plan something a little different for him than when I'm eating exactly. Unlike dinner, which he usually eats what we eat. Unless, it's rice because he still just won't touch rice. So now that you have your meal plan for the week in place and written down on your board, you'll want to make a list, and you'll want to make a list of all the things you need to make all the meals this week. So one of the things you can do here is go through your pantry while looking at your board and write down anything you're missing for the weekly meals. This way you only make one trip to the store. So you really want to go through and make sure you have everything, read your recipes if you need to, and get that list jotted down with everything that you need so you can make all the meals on your board for dinner that week. You might also think about what you're going to have for lunches. I like to do a lot of the leftovers from dinner for lunch, so I'm usually not buying a lot of lunch stuff. But if you do need to plan lunches, you can do that on your board as well. I just don't because I usually do leftovers or I have some basics on hand like salads and things like that for lunches. So if you want to, you can have your board have lunch and dinner, or even breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But for me, dinners is just where it's at. But make sure to write everything on your list so that you're only going to the store once. Which brings me to my next point, only go to the store once. For us, going to the store once is where the huge money savings are, besides, the fact that you're not eating out. Because you're like, oh, what do I want to make tonight? I don't want to cook. Let's just order Chinese. Besides that point, the saving money is not going to the store multiple times, because for us, if it's like, oh, I forgot the crusty bread for spaghetti, okay, if you go to the store and get some, the person that goes to the store undoubtedly always comes back with more than that crusty bread. It's the rule of the grocery store. You can't go in for just one thing. So, if you have to go to the store multiple times during the week, you're constantly seeing something else like, oh, that looks pretty good. Maybe I'll just get some. And then you end up maybe not eating it because it's not on your planning menu. And then you have more waste and you've wasted the money too. So don't do that. Go to the store once. Save yourself time. You only have to go to the store once. Save yourself time and save yourself money, and just make sure you only go shopping once a week. So we like to make shopping every week a family affair, so we all go to the coffee shop before, get some treats and snacks, and head into the grocery store. And we like to all go together because it's, nice just to spend the time together, and we both don't mind grocery shopping. I actually find it pretty relaxing, and my husband does too. So we all go together, and we can be there and kind of pick out lunch things or help remind each other of what we needed, or if it's, I'm on the list, checking the list, my husband's pushing the cart and keeping my son busy. So it kind of helps to have a team, especially when you have a young toddler. But yeah, we go once a week, usually Saturdays or Sunday mornings. Mornings tend to be less busy than the afternoons, and so you can make it a quicker trip. And by quicker, I don't mean a lot quicker, but at least the checkout lines won't be so dreadful if you go in the mornings. And we like to go to a store that we can get everything in one place as best we can. Sometimes the store doesn't have certain things that I eat. I eat a lot of plant-based vegan products. So, maybe once every couple weeks I have to go to a different store to go get certain things like my hemp seeds or my chia seeds, or our main grocery store doesn't carry unsweetened yogurt, which I think is just bonkers. So I have to go to a different store to get that, and I've requested the product, so hopefully they start adding it soon. But I have to go to a different store just to get yogurt, so I usually just bulk buy it whenever I go to the other store. And other than that, we go once a week together as a family, and it saves a lot of time and a lot of money. So I want to give you a sample menu. This is basically my beginner's weekly meal planning menu. And feel free to pause here to write this down or take a picture with your phone so you can use it. It's also in the description down below. Every week I try to plan things that I can use for multiple nights like we've talked about. And I usually make Sunday my creative day. So if I want to try out a new recipe or be a little more ambitious in the kitchen, Sunday's usually the day because it's a little more mellow. You're usually around the house a little more, and I feel like I just have a little more time. So I'll usually do my more ambitious meal on Sunday, and I'll also do some meal prep on Sundays. So maybe I need to make some rice for the week, or I want to get some veggies chopped and just put them in the containers so they're in the fridge so I can snack on them or have them ready for meals that are coming up. Or if I have some sauces I need to make, like for tacos or burgers or whatever I might want, like a spicy mayo or something like that. I'll also do that usually on Sundays. So I kind of use Sundays to get some prep done just to make my week a little easier. And it doesn't have to be a lot of things, like maybe it's just cutting up some fruit and putting it in a container and putting it in the fridge. It'll save you a little time during the week and you'll appreciate it later. So if you have a little extra time Sunday, I recommend you use that. So I'll just go over the menu here. So like Monday and Tuesday is basically taco night. So Mondays we're making tacos, and those come together pretty easy. I make a big batch I make a big batch of taco meat, and by taco meat I do meat for my husband and my son, and then I usually do a vegan version, so I do something like spicy black beans or something like that. So I make a big batch of that, and then I separate it in containers for the multiple nights. And then on Tuesday I'll take the leftovers of Monday nights and use it for maybe burritos, or we'll make chimichangas in the air fryer, or we'll do wet burritos in the oven, or even just have tacos again. It just kind of depends on what mood we're in, because any of those come together really fast. So I'll use any rice I might have made earlier in the week, say on Sunday night if I'm doing burritos, or I'll use just a leftover filling from the night before. Any burritos you have left, go ahead and make all the extras that you have there, and then you can make freezer burritos or just put them in containers and have them for lunches the rest of the week. Wednesday and Thursdays are pasta night, so that might be spaghetti to start. And I try to mix up the side on those 2 nights, so I might have salad on one night and garlic bread the other, or I might have some fruit and some salad, or it just try to mix those up just to keep it a little more interesting. That way it doesn't feel like, oh, leftovers, again. And I also every week swap out the type of pasta I'm doing. So maybe it's spaghetti this week. Next week I might do a clam linguine, or I might do a bake in the oven that's like a rigatoni or something, just to keep it from getting boring. And you can do that with the taco nights too, like change out your fillings every week. That will keep those fresh too. So maybe if you're doing meat, you do chicken one week and beef the next. Friday and Saturday are burgers or sandwiches, basically. So we'll do burgers or black bean burgers one week, and then next week maybe we'll do barbecue sandwiches. Just to keep it fresh and, rotate that menu. And you don't need to rotate everything every week. Like maybe it's just one item. So maybe the menu's exactly the same the following week, but I'm going to swap out my sandwiches with something else. That works too, especially while you're still getting comfortable with things. And it just makes a lot less effort in the planning process every week. I try to do different sides on both nights for sandwiches. So we usually do like corn on the cob or some grilled veggies or something the first night, and then the second night, if there's any leftovers, we might eat those, or we'll swap them out for some air fryer french fries, or a side of fruit, or maybe macaroni salad, whatever you feel like making, just to kind of mix it up. So really simple. Sunday is your creative day, Monday, Tuesday is your taco night, Wednesday, Thursday is pasta, Friday, Saturday sandwiches, and that'll get you a very basic menu to plan every week that'll help you get used to planning, also getting used to prepping things in advance, and also getting you used to shopping for the same stuff every week. And once you start getting this down, then you can get a little more creative with it and start making some swaps to make it feel a little more exciting if you're starting to get bored with it. But yeah, it works really well. So grab this menu and feel free to use it and get started, and let me know how it goes below in the comments. I'd love to hear how your first week of meal planning went. I felt like it was a huge relief to just know that everything's taken care of and I don't have to think about dinners. I just have to look up at my board and know, okay, tonight we're making tacos. And so I hope that works for you too. I hope these meal planning tips and strategy help you save time, save money, take the hassle out of weeknight dinners, and get you to start enjoy cooking again, because I think that's what it did for me. I'm actually happy to get in there and cook again, and I am happy to feed my family good food, and that makes all the difference. So get in that kitchen and find some inspiration to make your meal planning easy and simple, save time, save money, less waste, and spend more time with your family. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and share it with your friends. It helps the channel tremendously. And also subscribe if you want to see more. I do lots of videos on motherhood, food, and financial freedom. So I hope to see you again next time. Thank you for watching. Any of the products I mentioned today, I will put in the description down below if you're interested in checking them out. See you later. Bye.